How's it going, everyone? It's TrulyMystic. Fortnite is coming out tomorrow, and we have so much news. Incredibles might get another collaboration, that battle bus is already getting ready, early looks at some upcoming skins including Sally and the Pumpkin King, as well as a Break or Treat Lego pass with a brand new skin, and literally so much more. But since it's all coming tomorrow, I thought today we could go over some of your Fortnite theories that were submitted in the previous video, as well as the community post that I just made recently. And we're going to look at these theories and rank them from S tier being the best and F tier being the worst. So whether you're watching before, during, or after Fortnite, this should be a neat little video. And in the future, we can come back and look if any of these theories came true or not. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Our first theory is from Ruben, and he says that the river Styx makes people immortal. Now this theory was from the last theory video during chapter 5 season 3. Just a season after we got the underworld introduced with the river Styx. For any of you that don't know, the river Styx is the river where you gain that almost 0-point crystal effect. But instead of the 0-point shards, you'd get the 3 green skulls. Honestly, I kinda like this theory. We did see Midas technically come back from the dead. He even had a whole arc dedicated to him in the same season that this river came out. Could this river be the solution to reviving Fortnite characters from the dead? Now obviously the river doesn't heal you. It also doesn't revive you. Would have been crazy if your reboot card falls in this river and all of a sudden you get rebooted. Or maybe if you're knocked, somehow the river will revive you. That's not how it works in-game. And so you might be inclined to say that this theory is non-negotiable. Midas could have come back another way. However, when you look into the Greek mythology for the river Styx, it states that it's a river that connects to the underworld. It separates the living from the dead. We even see in the trailer that souls try to come out, hands trying to grasp to life. And now we're starting to move down a rabbit hole of, well, the river means death, not immortality. And so I really want to believe this theory, but what happens in Fortnite just doesn't make any sense. Do you guys know the Charon skin? Kinda looks like Oro, the Golden King? Well, somehow he is connected to the river Styx, because also in Greek mythology, Charon, the ferryman of the boat that you enter the river Styx in, would take the souls of the dead and bring them to Hades. And so I don't think the river gives you immortality, but rather is just a resting place for the dead. And we kind of know this because the underworld is literally a place for the dead. Now in-game nothing bad happens when you enter this river, but lore-wise, if we were to remove ourselves from the gameplay aspect, and maybe through the cinematic trailer that they gave us, this river would actually kill you. So as much as I really want to believe this theory being true, there are many reasons pointing to it not being true. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to put this one at F tier. But it was interesting talking about this, and you really gave me more insight to the river Styx. So thanks, Ruben. Moving on to the next theory we have from Dr. Doom Medits. Eminem will star in the Big Bang 2.0. Well, Mr. Dr. Doom, I have to say that I disagree. Now, what I think you mean by this theory is we'll see Eminem again sometime soon, possibly for the end of this chapter's live event. But I can't help but think you're trolling and saying that the Big Bang 2.0, aka the second Big Bang live event that we got, will star Eminem. Because that obviously doesn't make sense. We saw Eminem in it. So, whichever way you're trying to say it, and say that you're referring to this chapter's end event featuring Eminem. And like I said, I just don't think that's possible. Fortnite obviously wants to bring different artists if they're trying to do another live event. And for Fortnite there is Marshmello, so there is a possibility we could have something going on with him. But overall, I just don't see them bringing back Eminem for another live event. I mean, that's really rare. I don't think that's ever happened, actually. where we've gotten an artist perform a live event twice. Now, it would be crazy and pretty funny if Eminem made a comeback, but I just don't see it happening. Now, other stars, maybe not Eminem, but someone else, could they make an appearance for this end of chapter live event? Or possibly the event after Chapter 2 Season OG, since that's when we got the original Big Bang 2.0. It's definitely a possibility. Throwing Eminem's name out there and saying that he was going to come into the Fortnite live event for the end of Season OG made a lot more people talking about it. And I think it performed extremely well. Now granted, I think that Eminem's performance was good, it just could have been way better, and it also didn't help that the live event was a complete ad for Chapter 5. But who knows, if they play it right, maybe we could get another artist and they can perform for another end of chapter type live event. It's definitely a possibility, and I don't want to rule this out completely, but for what you're stating alone, I'm gonna have to put this one at F tier. However, the possibility of another artist performing for a end of season or end of chapter live event, it's definitely up there. And maybe I'd move it a little higher to C tier. But let's move on. From What the Stuff official, my theory is that we're slowly turning into Chapter 2. Like obvious, but my actual one is that the Big Bang live event created Pandora's box, and the box sucked in the 0 point. And that's why the box is so important. This chapter and why it is acting like the 0 point. Whoa. Mind absolutely blown. You're stating that the 0 point's power is in the Pandora's box? My friend, you should take over the storyboards entirely for Fortnite. Has anyone actually thought about that? The 0 point being in the Pandora's box. I mean, where is the 0 point in this chapter? A lot of people are saying that it's under the dried up lake that we have on the map currently, and honestly, that theory doesn't have enough legs to stand on its own. But this actually makes sense. I mean, think about it. Where did this box even come from? I mean, yes, it came from under the ground, but the 0 point is usually known for being under the ground. And it just doesn't make any sense that a random box filled with all this energy just comes from out of nowhere. It has to derive from something. And so far, every chapter, we've had the 0 point in some way. Well, Chapter 4, I'm not too sure if that had a 0 point. But I digress. The point is, the 0 point is very important, and it's known for being somewhere under the map. And for this chapter, we have no answers for that. But it being in the Pandora's box actually makes a whole lot of sense, more than you think. You see, what came out of the Pandora's box is worth noting. All of Olympus and Zeus, all of the underworld and Hades and Cerberus, as well as a couple other things that just all spilled onto the map. You're telling me that all of that was just sitting in a box and came out? We know that we can pull from different realities and universes from the 0 point. Wouldn't it make more sense if what actually happened instead was we pulled from a reality where everything was Mount Olympus themed, or everything was the underworld theme? Maybe there was a separate dimension for these biomes and these point of interest, and it just zapped onto the map. We also know that the energy that comes from the Pandora's box is insanely strong, as Dr. Doom was able to harness it and create all of Latveria and his castle. We know that he's gained immense power from this box and its energy, and so did Hope. Her being the chosen one, being able to wield that power and use it against Dr. Doom, literally destroying his eye. Now, what could break this theory a little bit is that the energy that comes from the Pandora box is a different color than the 0 point. It also acts a bit differently, which means something else could be at play, and we just don't have the exact answer, which kind of diminishes this. But who knows? Maybe it's a different 0 point, or maybe it fused with fire or something in the earth. Honestly, anything is possible. We are slowly turning into Chapter 2, which is correct, as you nailed that on the head, and we did have the roadmap back then, so you could have just looked at that and said, hey, Chapter 2 Season OG is coming? Yeah, we're turning into that. Which, I mean, yeah, but we Still don't know how we're gonna get there. Either way though, I really love this theory. And while I might not say it's S tier, I like it so much, I'm gonna have to put it at A tier. This is a good one and would be a complete plot twist if we found out that we still have access to the 0 point. Well, we'll see how that goes for us in the next few months. Moving on to our fourth theory from Funny Person Productions. Cube Queen and the last reality invasion plotline was meant to be a part/conclusion of Save the World storyline before it flopped and got upstaged by BR where those concepts were reused. I see. So basically this theory is saying that Cube Queen invasion plotline, that was Save the World stuff, but BR used it instead and Save the World got even more shafted. This one I definitely agree. Save the World has gotten no love. Like, absolutely no love. Yet, Battle Royale for Chapter 2 had such insane storylines, and that villain was very interesting. Even all of the invasion stuff was completely out there. I mean, a whole alien race we still don't know too much about to this day for Fortnite lore. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if all of this was supposed to be used for Save the World, and instead Battle Royale got it. We have some of these items too in Save the World, like the railgun, and even a bunch of other alien-themed weapons. Could this have been the queen to the Storm King? I can see it. And aliens too, like we have Hus, which are all on Earth, but from space? Aliens? The possibilities would be endless to handle that story in Save the World. It would have been really cool if we got this. So for this theory, I'm definitely gonna have to put it at A tier. I'm not putting it at high S tier because honestly we really don't know what we could have gotten for Save the World. But considering that a lot of this stuff is fairly close, I'll give you that. It seemed like we were supposed to get more boss fights and more unique levels to the PvE, but we just never got that. And it's not a stretch to say that it would have been in the form of this. So yeah, definitely solid A tier. And finally, for the last theory, in regards to the post that I made, I said I would be choosing one theory that I found to be the best for Fortnitemares. And also could include the end of this season/chapter. And I think I found the best one. From Toxic Phantom, this might be a lot, so get your popcorn. Dr. Doom isn't defeated. And to start off Fortnitemares, he comes to the island and teams up with Mephisto. And out of revenge, Hope and the Oracle are captured by Dr. Doom. "I told you you will never escape Doom," he says as they drag their unconscious corpses to their cells. And with only Jones left, he makes the heroic sacrifice to save both of them. Rushing into the raft alone to try and free them, in the process he is unfortunately killed. The real Jones, for good. Mephisto makes a deal with Dr. Doom to bring his mother back, but only as a ghost who puppeteers Doom, and she tells that all who stand against him must pay the ultimate price, death. The Oracle and Hope are at loss. They can't win, even without Doom having Pandora's box armor. As a final attempt, Tony Stark brings back all the old heroes with their mythics from Chapter 2, New LTM, but they're all defeated, and all except Tony Stark are killed. With no other choice, Tony Stark uses the very last rift beacon to rift the loopers, and only the loopers, off the island and into Chapter 2 OG. The remaining heroes try to make a last stand, their final defense, but Mephisto and Doom are just too powerful for them alone. They're all quickly defeated and all killed, hoping that their snapshots from Chapter 2 will see the threat of Doom and the wrath he will incur, leaving Dr. Doom the eternal ruler of that Fortnite map. Chills, bro, chills. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the next head of the Fortnite storyline, Toxic Phantom. This is so unbelievably good. I just have to say, what is Fortnite doing over there? This is better than literally everything that we've gotten over the past few years for the game. Everything from Jones sacrificing himself for good and possibly being the last time we see him, to Dr. Doom actually winning and becoming the ruler. This is crazy. This is insanely crazy. And I wish that this would actually happen. I mean, I want this to happen so bad in the game. And dude, your idea of the mythics coming from chapter 2 like we had in the leaks for the new LTM, literally icing on the cake. You know where I'm gonna rank this theory, and I think many can agree with me. This is top tier S tier. In fact, this might even go beyond S tier. That's how good I think this is. Now, unfortunately, I don't think this is gonna happen. They can't write this good. Fortnite can't do this good, and it's so sad. But the fact that you thought about this and took the time to write this out, the fact that I could even see this happening in game, but then maybe not because I just don't see Fortnite writing this good, gives you that spot in S tier. And so congrats, man. You have the best theory. And all of these theories for this video were insanely good. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. I loved reading all of these. You guys have such insane imaginations, and I would love to make another part to this series again. If even one of these theories happens, that would be awesome. Just the lore in Fortnite needs to get better.
If you want a chance to be featured in a future theory video, leave a comment down below and give me your best theory, man.
Anyways, I want to thank all of you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. Use code TrulyMystic in the item shop if you want to support me there. And I'll catch you guys in the next vid. But until then, peace.